Hello students, my name is Nirbhay Jadhav and I am here to teach you physics. This lecture is for the class 8 and we are going to study a topic density from the chapter physical quantities and measurement. In the previous lecture also we have studied the topic density only, but in a density we have studied the topics related to density, that is the what is the unit of density. Then we have studied the characteristics property of a substance in a density. Then we have determined the density of a solid. Okay, now today we are going to study about the determination of an density of an irregular solid. Okay, so let us begin with the video. What if we are having an irregular substance or say solid, then how we can determine the density of that solid. So that is our first topic, determination of density of an irregular insoluble solid using an Eureka can. In the previous lecture we have saw that how we have two measuring cylinder. First we need to measure the volume, and after when we insert the solid in the measuring cylinder, the volume rises up and we note down the second volume. Then when we find out the difference, that gives the difference in the volume, and that is nothing but the volume of that particular solid. Now today we are going to determine the density of an irregular insoluble solid using an Eureka can. Okay, now what is Eureka can? Eureka can is nothing but a can with one, say, as you can see in the figure, this one part, or say it is a pipe from where the extra water will flow out. So we have to fill the water until it reaches up to this level. Okay, let me take the laser so I can point out. Okay, so we have to fill the water up to this level. Okay, the water should not flow, okay, or say it should not overflow. So after that, when you will insert this irregular or say any solid inside this liquid, the amount or say equal amount, say the volume which is equal to this solid, that much amount of water is going to displace, and that much amount of water will rise up. Okay, so now this extra water which has rised up because of this presence of this solid will be overflowing from this pipe, and we will collect it into the measuring cylinder. So now whatever the reading will be there in the measuring cylinder, that will be the volume of this particular solid. Okay, say I got 5 cc. 5 cc means cubic centimeter, that is equals to 5 ml. It means, can I say the volume of this solid is 5 ml. Okay, so whatever the amount of the overflow liquid that will be collected into this measuring cylinder, and that much amount of volume is of water, that is nothing but that is equals to the volume of this particular solid. So this is the another method we can use for the determination of a density using a Eureka can. Previously what we have studied, that was on the basis of measuring cylinder. In that we were finding the difference in the volume, V2 minus V1, then we took V dash. Okay, remember that? So if you have not watched that video, so go there and watch that video so that you will you can recall that. Okay, so let us move to the next topic, that is the determination of density of a liquid using a density bottle. Now in this case, in the previous two cases we have determined the density of solid. Now here we are going to determine the density of a liquid. Now here we are going to use density bottle. Now let us look what is density bottle is. Say the density bottle is a glass bottle with a ground glass stopper at its neck and has a fine hole in it. So density bottles look like this. It's a ground at the bottom. Look at this bottom, it is flat, and it has a glass stopper, or it also comes with a wooden stopper. Okay, so glass stopper is there, and a glass stopper has a fine hole in it. Okay, this at this point, or say at this point, if it is a wooden stopper na, so it won't be this much long, it will be only shorter one, and it would have a small hole in it. When the density bottle is completely filled up with a liquid and the stopper is inserted, the excess liquid flows out through this hole. So whenever the, say, density bottle you have filled up to the neck, okay, with any liquid, now when you insert the cork, what happens? Through that tiny hole which is in the stopper, excess amount of liquid will flow out. Okay, now say the bottle is now filled up with a definite volume of the liquid. Now your density bottle is completely filled with a particular liquid. Now we know how, what is the construction, how density bottle looks like, and how we are going to fill the density bottle. Now we will determine the density of a liquid. So first of all, what you need to do, first take the mass of a empty bottle. Okay, whenever the density bottle is empty, it means nothing is filled inside it, neither water nor other, say, XYZ liquid is there inside it. So take that bottle and calculate the mass using a physical balance. Okay, so now after calculating the mass of an empty bottle, you will say it is a M1. What is the mass of an empty bottle? M1 gram. Now you need to fill the density bottle with water. Okay, now with water again you will calculate the mass. Now you have the second thing, that is the mass of a bottle filled with water, and say what you got, M2G, that is a M2 is a mass of a density bottle filled with water in grams. Now the third thing what you need to take is, now remove the water and fill some other liquid, say kerosene or diesel or petrol. Okay, now again measure the mass of the bottle filled with liquid. This liquid could be anything, and say what you got as a mass, that is a M3. M3, that is a mass of a bottle filled with liquid. Okay, so now here we have a 3 mass. M1, that is a empty bottle. M2 mass is a density bottle filled with water, and M3, that is a density bottle with XYZ liquid. Let us move. What is the next? Now what will be the mass of water? Here we are calculating only the mass of water, excluding the mass of density bottle. So what we'll do, see, M2 is nothing but the mass of a bottle filled with water. So when I remove M1 from M2, so I will get only the mass of water, right? What is M1? M1 is nothing but the mass of empty bottle. And what is M2? That is a mass of a density bottle filled with water. So when I remove M1 from M2, then I will get only the mass of water. Similar way, you have to calculate the mass of liquid as well. So what is the mass of the liquid? That is M3 minus M1. Okay, how we got M3 minus M1 for mass of liquid? M3 is nothing but density bottle filled with liquid minus mass of a empty bottle. Okay, so now here we got mass of water as well as a mass of liquid. Now this point we have to remember, that is you have to keep in the mind that volume of 1 gram of water, that is equals to 1 centimeter cube. We have also studied in the previous lecture that 1 ml is equals to 1 centimeter cube. Likewise 1 gram of water, that is equals to 1 centimeter cube. Now we'll use this, say volume of M2 minus M1. What is M2 minus M1? That is a mass of water. That will be equals to M3 minus M1. That is a, what is M3 minus M1? That is a mass of a liquid. So can I say that hence volume of a liquid is equals to volume of water, that is M2 minus M1. It means both the water as well as the liquid you have poured inside the density bottle both have a same volume. Obviously they will have a same volume because they have filled in the same container. So whatever the volume of liquid you have poured, same amount of volume you have poured in the same bottle, so water will be also having the same volume, that is M2 minus M1. Therefore can I say what is the density of a liquid? That is a mass of liquid upon volume of liquid. Generally what is the formula of density? There is a mass upon volume, but here we are calculating for particular liquid. So density of a liquid will be mass of liquid upon volume of liquid. Now what is mass of liquid? We just calculated, that is M3 minus M1. What was M3? That is a mass of density bottle filled with liquid minus what was M1? Mass of a empty density bottle. So that is a mass of a liquid upon volume of liquid. What is the volume of liquid? It is here, say M2 minus M1. Okay, remember volume of water and a volume of liquid, both, say liquid and water both are filled in the same container, same density bottle, so their volume will be the same. Okay, so instead of volume of liquid, what we are writing? M2 minus M1. And obviously it is measured in gram per centimeter cube. There is gram, that is for mass of the liquid, while M2 minus M1 is what? It is a volume of a liquid, so centimeter cube. So that is the unit of a density, gram per centimeter cube. Okay, in CGS, in SI it is what? Kg per meter cube. Okay, so that's all for today. I hope you have understood the lecture, and just revise this lecture. In the next lecture we are going to start with the relative density, and we are also going to discuss the numericals basis on this. Okay, so thank you for watching this video, and if you still have any doubt, please be free to comment in the comment box.